What are the forces that make for advancement? Number one is the hand of God. 1 Kings 18:46. The hand of God was upon Elijah. He outran the chariots of Ahab to the gates of Jezreel. He said in Exodus 3:19-20, Pharaoh won't let you go except by a strong hand. And he said, I will stretch forth my hand and strike Egypt with all my signs and wonders. Somebody needs the hand of God to enter his inheritance. There is a strong man there that has vowed that over his dead body before you enter, you need the hand of God. The apostles had to preach the gospel from Jerusalem to Judea to the uttermost part of the earth. A handful of people said they were Sanhedrin and said it won't happen. They knew they needed the hand of God. And in Acts 4:30-31, the Bible said they went to their company. When they prayed, there was a prayer they prayed. Stretch forth your hand, stretch forth your hand, and do signs and wonders in the name of your holy child. They knew if the hand of God was stretched, God would dislodge all of those people. They will scatter them, because the right hand of God is the hiding place of his power. The hand of God doeth valiantly. See, for some of you, all God needs to do today is to put his hand on your life. And you know how it is provoked? Is by prayer. Elijah knelt down, put his head in between his thighs, prayed. The hand of God was released. The early church, Acts 4:30, they prayed. The hand of God was released. He lifted the beggar. He doesn't have tools, but he lifted the beggar from the dust. He lifted him from the dunghill, and he establishes him among princes to inherit thrones. Do you know the protocols required for you to sit with princes? How can a Joseph leave prison straight to the palace and become second in command? The hand of God. The hand of God. He doeth valiantly. He can change the game at any time. Number two, what makes for advancement? The presence of God. Why the hand of God speaks of his sovereign authority. His presence speaks of his being participating with you. There are times when God does not just stretch his hand. He enters the fire with you. He enters the battle with you. He comes into the ring with you. And when it happens to you, you will see that even natural laws will be suspended. Genesis 39:2. All Joseph had was God's presence. The Bible said God was with him. The Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man. And he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. He was a prosperous man. Next verse. Because the Lord was with him, God gave him grace before the sight of his master. Because of that, the master entrusted everything in the house to Joseph. He wasn't supervising. Presence. It will give you mileage. That was what Moses had. God said, I will send my angel before you. Moses said, please sir, if you don't go with us, we won't go. The hurdles are too many. You go read the nations that they fought. I was reading about the Amorites and the Bashans. They said their warriors were beastly men. You will see a man, there will be hair on his body like a bear. Some of the men are as tall as this building. If they slap you, you will faint. You will carry your spear. They will stand. You will stretch it. It will reach them. And they can hold your head and squeeze it. These were the people they were contending with. You think when those guys said we are like grasshoppers, they were lying? They were not. They were speaking fact. The reason God was angry was because they were not talking faith. Okay, when they measure stature in the natural, you will be standing. You will be at a man's knee. That's your height. If he moves his leg, 10 of you will die. They say, is this the people we are coming to conquer? This is a wrong address. Go back to that map. Google map has got it wrong. Is this the location? This is not where God said. These ones don't fight with human beings. So Moses knew they needed presence. If your presence does not go with us, we won't move from here. But when God's presence comes, it gives you speed. That was why Joseph just kept rising, kept rising. He came to Potiphar's house. Before you know, he was in charge. He went to the prison. Before you know, he was in charge. He went to Pharaoh's court. Before you know, he was in charge. God was with him. God was with him. And guess what? For you, the Bible said he has come to be with you and in you forever. The challenge is that you are not conscious of his presence. Become like David. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. You are not conscious that he's present. That's why you are conscious of the mountain. The day you become conscious that he's with you, he will carry you. He will lift you. He will give you speed. Present. You have no reason not to be the head and the head only. You have no reason. God is with you. Number 3, what is the force that make for advancement? Divine favor. Divine favor. Anybody who has favor breaks protocol. Esther 2:17. She was made a queen by favor, not by beauty. If you read from verse 15, there were many virgins like her. All of them prepared like her. But the moment she entered, the Bible said she found favor with the king. So she was picked from other virgins, promoted to become a queen in the place of Vashti because of favor. When you find men that are moving fast, it's not just by hard work. There is favor on their life. And you can provoke it. At least Esther showed us that fasting and prayer provoke favor. She showed us in Esther 4:16. It said, take a 3 days fast. I will also fast with my maiden. When she was done, Esther 5 verse 2, she showed up and laws were broken because of her. The king said, whatever you want, I will give you, even if it is half of my kingdom. One thing I don't joke with is favor. I read the Bible and I discovered there were 4 major things favor does. Number 1, it breaks. The Bible said Esther entered at the time that she should enter. Meanwhile, the law of the Medes and the Persians uttered not, but because of favor, it was uttered. The king lifted the scepter and said, come. Number 2, favor commands the allegiance of men. People will start working with you as though they are confused. It's a force. In 1 Chronicles 12:22, the Bible said daily men joined themselves to David until his host became like the host of God. Favor, a man was in the cave. People were going there to submit to him, leaving the one who was in the palace. Number 3, favor sponsors encounters. When the angel came to Mary, she didn't say, I came because you are a virgin. Virginity is a requirement, but you are highly favored. That's why you were chosen. So people who carry favor have open heaven. Favor. And then number 4, favor occasions wealth transfer. Exodus 12:36, the Bible said God gave favor to the Israelites. They spoiled the Egyptians. So when a man will advance, God will first of all put favor on his life so that he can Joseph advance by favor. Esther advance by favor. You don't have it, you can't advance. Number 4, what makes for advance is divine wisdom. The Bible said in Ecclesiastes 10 verse 10, wisdom is profitable to direct. How do you think Solomon became so great? It was by wisdom. In 1 Kings 4:29, God gave Solomon wisdom. People brought all kinds of resources to Solomon just to hear him talk. They will load camels with silver, with gold, just to sit down and hear Solomon. They traveled from all parts of the world. The energy and the resources David was using to fight wars, Solomon didn't need to. He was building palaces, enjoying himself, and he was at peace. Wisdom substituted for battle. Those who should fight him brought gold to sit down and learn, and they will come. Solomon will start giving parables about birds. He will talk about rivers. He will talk about trees. He will look at a tree and start talking. The people will be shocked. What kind of wisdom? When he talk, they will drop a camel loaded with silver, loaded with gold. You need to see how many cows they slaughtered in Solomon's house every day because of wisdom. The guy was moving at the speed of light. You can't advance without wisdom. That's why the Bible said you should buy the truth and sell it not. It said wisdom is the principal thing. Get wisdom. Foolishness is too expensive for you. He said the promotion of the fool is his shame. You can't afford not. And you know the beginning of wisdom is not reading, it's the fear of the Lord. The reason this generation is becoming foolish is because we lack the fear of God. But those who will reign, those who will advance are people of wisdom. And number 5 is the strength of God. The strength. There's something called the spirit of might. When God wants to give you speed, he puts that strength on you. The Bible said in Isaiah 40:31, it said, they that wait upon the Lord, they renew their strength. They mount up with wings like eagles. He said when they run, they are not. So the moment that strength comes, you start running. And in case you choose to walk, he said you won't fail. So men who advance, they know how to substitute human strength with divine strength. And one of the ways to do it is to sit in the presence, is to wait on the Lord. He said if you faint in battle, your strength is little. Those of us who move, we have strength. And a point comes when it will reflect even in your physical body. Number 6, as I round up, vision. The fastest way to move is to see. He said in Habakkuk 2 verse 1, I will stand upon the watch and I will see what he will say to me. He said, and he said, write the vision, make it plain upon tables, that he may what? Run. The moment you download what you have seen, the next thing is to run, that he may run that reads it. So the product of vision is to cover mileage. Those who don't see, they can't run. That's why one of the battles of the devil is to blind you. He said, if our gospel be hid, 2 Corinthians 4:3-4, he is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them, so they didn't receive the glorious gospel, which is the invincible image of God. So many people are not moving because they are blind. Have you ever seen a blind man running? Running is a principle of retardation. You will need somebody to direct you. So you are at the mercy of another. But the moment your eyes open, speed becomes inevitable. So one of the precursors of speed and advancement is sight. Those who run, they see. And that's why you can't afford to be blind. But guess what? Distraction blind. Corruption blind. It's a flee youthful lust that wages war against your soul. This generation is blinded because many are given to distraction. Only those with single eyes see. Only those that live holy can see. Say they that are pure in heart, they shall see God. Corruption blind. Distraction blind. If you can see, you can run. If you can see, you will advance. Number 7, the help of God. Acts 26:22, Paul said, having received the help of God, I have continued until this day. I told you, anyone standing is standing because he is helped of God. The Bible says you can of yourselves do nothing. Even Jesus said, I can of myself do nothing. He is the vine. We are the branches. You need God's help to cover mileage. The race is not to the swift. The battle is not to the strong. It's of the Lord that showed mercy. He said, when you get into the promised land, don't say it was by the strength of our hands that we got here. Don't say that. It was the mighty hand of God that brought you. You need help. I need help. The Bible spoke of a king called Uzziah in 2 Chronicles 26:15. He said he was marvelously helped of God, and his life was a wonder. It was a wonder. It was a wonder. There are so many of them, but you need help to have speed, to advance. And if I may add, the blessings of the Lord. The blessings. That's the crowning job. The blessing. God made one man, put him on earth, and expected that man to saturate the earth. How will that happen? By the blessing. And the Lord blessed them. And the Lord blessed them. And the Lord said, be fruitful. Genesis 1:28. Multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. So when a man is blessed, he must be fruitful. He must multiply. He must replenish. He must subdue, and he must have dominion. Because the word blessing is caused to prosper, empowered to prosper. So a man who is blessed will advance. And that's why in the kingdom, we are a blessed people. We are a blessed nation. Too blessed to be oppressed.